put it like that.
Nice.
What's it like? I was actually there in attendance in Cleveland for Coe's first career NFL touchdown, which was awesome. And,
Awesome.
It was a great game. You could hear me on camera. I was just screaming, "Say it ain't so, Coe! Say it ain't so!" Sadly, from there, the game kind of went off the rails a little. That was the last high moment of that game, but it was a great game. Overtime loss, fun time.
Yeah.
But how was that moment for you? Seeing the first, whether it was on TV, in person, wherever you were, seeing his first NFL touchdown. How was that?
Well, dude, I mean, we were at home because it was a away game. We don't travel to a lot of the away games because we can get into that later. But, to watch that and to think I wished I was there live. So to have your video was so cool. And just say, this is so cool. I mean, that was so cool for us. Catching it from Tom Brady, right? Like, he's got the ball yet. I mean, first NFL touchdown means a lot, right? I mean, as a dad, this is so cool to see. And it's just, it was fun to watch. And, it didn't have the outcome we wanted, but still the same. What a memory. What a memory to have, right? So,
and honestly,
cool.
those one of the best guests ever, the Buccateers in the house tonight. You guys hear him on Tampa radio all the time. He's one of the best in the business. My favorite personal in the business. That's why I'm elated tonight. Growing up in the Chicago area, you're used to sports radio. That's what gets me through the day. So this man does help get me through the day, I will say, with the Pat and Aaron show at work. Nothing like it. So it's incredible. It looks like we got Stunna bumbling in. I'm Tampa Tones. We are joined by lead goon tonight, host of the Pat and Aaron show of WDAE, Pat Donovan. And it sounds like Stunna is bumbling a little bit. Going to put him on mute for a second until that gets a little clear. But we're joined by Pat Donovan.
It looks like Stunna's hanging out with Cheech and Chong in a car with the windows up or something over there.
It does look like you got a little...
No, my camera's broke.
And he was trying to pull me in big time. And then I was like, nothing's happened with Indianapolis yet. Like, I really want to give Indy a chance. And then also I talked to Cody Gruden, once he took over Rich McCann, and still like, well, look, I was like, y'all just give me the opportunity to explore free agency, see what's going on, and then can I make it do it.
All right, everyone, you are tuned into the Buccateers at wide receiver, Kalen Geiger, and we are about to have a great pod. This is the Buccateers. You're tapped in, and here we go. Howdy ho, howdy hey, it's game day eve. It's a holiday season, so the word eve we will toss around. It is game day eve. A lot of things for the Bucs to try and buck tomorrow, no pun intended. Kirk Cousins, Creamsicle, Thursday Night Football, a plethora of things, Zack, for the Bucs to try and upend tomorrow for Thursday Night Football. Get back in the win column. Maybe have some stars return. And we got a great episode of the Buccateers to get into after our great Man Cave Monday the other night, brother. Welcome back.
Thanks for having me. Appreciate it. Always good to be here.
Always great. I can't believe, that's the one thing with Thursday Night Football. The turnaround is just so quick, right? J-Lo's playing hopscotch. It seems like in, out, in, out. J-Lo, are you there, brother?
Yeah, I just couldn't hear you guys at first when the show started. My bad.
No, you just didn't want to hear us. No, I'm kidding. Welcome in, brother. Always good to have you. And I know you're probably bricked up. Zack and I were live the other night, talked about it briefly, but what saves of one JPP returning to this Bucs team? Pretty cool stuff for a Bucs legend to come try and help the Bucs most in need when they need it.
We need a spark. He was one of those guys that created a spark during our Super Bowl run. Anything helps at this point, when it comes to this pass rush. I'm hoping for the best. Hopefully he's got some gas in the tank, but it's exciting to see him back in Tampa. I know he's worked his way hard to try to get back in there, training. So shout out to JPP being back.
The great Christopher Cole says, evening, gents, evening, CC. But Zack, Couple days to marinate it now. What say you? Still on the JPP return? He's wearing number 91. If I'm Logan Hall, look at what Daniel Jones did. He was letting Phillip Rivers wear number 17. But, a little different story, I guess. But nonetheless, JPP back in the building at a press conference yesterday, at practice today. Thoughts on him?
I like JPP. It can't hurt at this point. I'm all over the place with how I feel about it, honestly. But I think if he can be the voice of leadership in that locker room that we might need to kind of push us to playing better on the field, I'm for it. I don't think there's anybody happier than Stephen Che that JPP is back.
JPP.
Yeah, he's all over it. So, I'm on the fence.
Not only JPP may be suiting up tomorrow in the near future for the Bucs, but a handful of other stars set to return. McMillan potentially for the first time since August when he got upended in a preseason battle. We also have the great Mike Evans, future first ballot Hall of Famer, set to return. We have future Hall of Famer Tristan Wirfs looking like he's ready to roll as well. J-Lo, thoughts on the return of not one, not two, but three guys to potentially return to try and uplift this Buccaneers team come tomorrow?
Well, I will say red zone wise, having Mike back in there is going to help out a lot. Hopefully get Baker going for the most part. McMillan, glad to see him back, stuck by his neck injury. And then Tristan, we desperately need help on the offensive line, man, because we are just beating up to the crazy right now when it comes to these injuries. So Tristan, I believe, was taking off the injured designation, so that's good. That means he really is ready to roll. But Mike Evans, to me, is the biggest one. Just seeing him back, number 13 on the field, is just so huge tomorrow night.
Zach, what say you? Wirfs, Evans, McMillan, and possibly JPP. Bud Cannabis, welcome in, saying too little, too late for JPP. I mean, better late than never, I guess. I would have done it a while ago as well. But Zach, what say you on the returns of McMillan, Wirfs, and Evans?
I'm optimistic that the return of Evans is going to see an offensive scheme closer to what we saw the first half of the season, where we were, pushing the ball downfield. Baker looked good. When you go back and look at these last few stretches of games, man, Baker hasn't looked real good. I think he's thrown for less than 200 yards several times, which is pretty concerning. Wirfs being back is huge, although Chikwuma played really, really well in his chance, man. And I don't know if he's got potential to move inside or not. But his ability to be a swing tackle for this team going forward is huge, especially when you figure, how we acquired him. But if they could find a way to maybe – even cross-train him at guard and let him be like a, Swiss Army knife across the line, that would be huge and might fix the guard problem that we have as well if he's capable. But he played really, really well. I was impressed.
Yeah, Mike, I remember sadly you saying that we're here for you, we're praying for you. It's unfortunate, two tough things, and if you ever need anything, reach out to us. And, we're here to support you. We're here for you. Those are life battles, and never easy. So prayers your way, and hope all is well. It's been a while. We were wondering what happened to you. And our favorite Canadian is now back. The great Mike D is back here on the Buccateers. So stay safe, and prayers to you, brother. Reach out if you need anything. JPP is a dog, and we need a new voice. But Zach, kind of to piggyback off your point, it's kind of going to be epic to see. I mean, I think Mike and McMillan will play about, half the snaps if they do play tomorrow too. They're not going to be on their normal limitations. Let's put it like that. I think they'll be on pitch counts first and foremost. Secondly, if you're a defense and you see Mike at wide receiver 1, Chris out there, Igbuka out there, McMillan out there, that's quite the army. And then you could do something cool and put Bucky and Rashad in the game at the same time too, and have the 6 of them kind of put you on the blitz. So I'll be interested to see how Grizzard kind of utilizes both of these guys. And it's not a bad thing, even if they're kind of decoyish tomorrow, that'll help out immensely Chris Godwin and Emeka Egbuka getting open. Wide receiver 5, whoever might win that spot. I mean, you got a lot of good candidates. You got Shep, you got Tez. One of those two guys are going to battle it out and probably overcome Zack. If you had to pick someone for the Bucs wide receiver 5, would you go Sterling Shepard or Tez Johnson? We did learn today that Ryan Miller has been released by this team, given the return of Evans and McMillan.
Yeah, I feel like they'll scoop Miller back up for the practice squad. Man, if it was me, I would take Tez at 5, and Cam's going to be 6 just because of his special teams. So he's the primary returner, so he's definitely going to be on the roster, game day roster. But I like what Tez brings over what Shep brings, because when you start talking about Mike, Jalen, Abuka, and Godwin's going to be the chain mover, kind of what Sterling did. Sterling was like Bake's security blanket, and I think Godwin takes that role over. But Tez just gives you so many more options with the potential trick play, the reverse, the sweeps, those types of things, and his speed. He's the only real speed threat that we have in the wide receiver realm. So I think he's got to make it over Shep.
I would agree with that. And that's why I didn't initially listen Cam Johnson either, because he's obviously safe to me too. You need him for the special teams return game first and foremost. Obviously won't be running many routes unless it's a emergency type situation there. So yeah, I think it'll be really up to if it's Baker's preference or if it's, whose preference is it going to be, right? Are they going to let Grizzard make that call? Or are they going to let Baker make that call? Is that going to be a Jason Light call? That'll be important first and foremost. To me, if it's a coaching call and a GM call, it tilts in favor of Tez Johnson because that's a young guy. You used a draft pick on him. If it's Baker call, maybe he leans on his buddy, but maybe not too. So you never know how that shakes out. But Jayla, what say you? Who wins that receiver battle, or do both of them find themselves active?
I agree with Zach. I think you got to go with Tez as 5. I think he's been earning Baker's trust, and he could be a guy that can get open on certain routes. I say Tez, if anything. Plus, he could do punt and kick return as well, even though we have Cam Johnson.
Yeah, I'd lean Tez for multiple reasons. A, both of you guys listed a lot of him. B, let the young kid keep developing, right? I mean, this is a wide receiver core that Evans and Godwin aren't getting any younger. You're going to need bodies in the near future, and maybe Tez Johnson steps up and becomes a solid piece of this receiving core, not only for this year, but years to come. We don't need him to be like a Trey Palmer, right, where he had a couple sprinkles in the pan freshman year and kind of sputter out. We need him to be that mainstay, consistent wide receiver who could score a handful of touchdowns a year and be a playmaker. So I'm excited for the hopefulness of McMillan to come back, for Evans to come back, for Wirfs to come back, for JPP to come back. We'll see where that goes. Speaking of coming back, Trisha's back. We love our lady listeners. Welcome back, Trisha. We appreciate you. Christopher Cole. Miller has been awful on kick coverage. It hasn't been pretty, but he is, what does it have to hurt at this point, getting a new fresh body in special teams? So maybe that's a change they were talking about, Zach. They did allude to change coming. I don't know. Our coordinator's still there, but, maybe that's what they were alluding to when they said change will be coming. Maybe they kind of knew Ryan Miller's days were maybe just about numbered.
Yeah, I think they've tried several different for the kick coverage, and none of it's really seemed to work. So I don't know exactly what we're going to get on Thursday. They didn't have a whole lot of time to make a lot of adjustments, considering that we played Sunday and then go Thursday. So I'm not optimistic that we're going to see much of an improvement on the kick coverage.
If we haven't yet, what makes somebody confident that we will now, right? I mean, gosh, it's December. It's Christmas time. And it's, we've seen the same thing since before Halloween, and now it's Christmas. So you never know. Things could change quick. But, J-Lo, I highly doubt our return coverage grows any stronger in the last handful of weeks of the season, regardless if Ryan Miller is on or off the roster.
It's pure dog shit when it comes to the kick coverage. Being at the game in the rain, watching that pathetic coverage was terrible. And I'm just over the special teams coach. I can't wait till he's gone. I'm sorry. He's not the guy. He's not the coach. I don't know how you can't get it together. And we're already, week whatever in the season. And you can't cover
15.
damn cold. Week 15. Thank you. So to me, I don't know how he even has a job at this point because clearly he doesn't know what the hell he's doing. That's just my opinion.
Yeah, I wanted to promote Keith Tandy outright when that position did open up, but they elected to go with Thomas McGahee, and seemingly the Giants fans were trying to tell us these telltale signs, and well, now we see the signs right in front of us. So there you go. We'll see how he tries to approach this and fix this with less than a month of football left in the season. Handful of Bucs ruled out. Rashad Wisdom has been ruled out for this Buccaneers team. His season might be done because his practice window opened and it seemed like he just keeps getting ruled out. So we'll see where that ends up. And then a couple of doubtfuls. You got Servace Dennis listed as doubtful, which is going to open the door for Deion Jones. And then you got Cade Otton listed as doubtful as well for this Buccaneers team. So that'll be interesting there to see how that kind of corrals itself. And then the other guy listed as out. Well, actually, Dennis is officially listed as out. And then Tyke Smith listed as doubtful along with Cade Otton. My apologies. And then the questionables, Evans, McMillan, are technically still both questionable. So, Zach, this Bucs injury list getting a little better. A month or two ago, it was a laundry list, and now it's turning into a quick trip list. We'll put it like that.
Yeah, Tyke's concerning. Hopefully he makes it. We're going to need him. Voss being out, I don't know that there's a gain or a loss there with Deion Jones coming in, other than Bullock might get some playing time, and the guy's name's eluding me at the moment. The other linebacker that was pretty decent in preseason.
Jetson.
Yeah. Maybe he gets elevated as well for this one, and maybe he gets in and we see a little bit of something. I don't know. I'm trying to find silver linings.
I think he got promoted, Jetson, to the roster. I think I saw that.
He's been on special teams coverage the past couple. Bullock has as well. I've seen Bullock out there on special teams. Pops text in if both those guys miss linebacker and tight end, rather have new guy try and step up. They both been playing like dog shit anyway, which ain't a lie. Cade Otton's regressed greatly. And, again, Zach and I talked about it the other night. His estimated cap hit is going to be $12 million if he gets a new contract. That's way too much, in my opinion. And then Servace Dennis, I don't think it's a lie that the Bucs will be looking to get over a new linebacker number 2. And they'll probably need a new linebacker number 1 next year as well, because Levante will probably retire. Mike says, Man Cave, can you please contact me? I have a question for your Facebook. Are you talking about? Yep, Zach, I think. So, Zach, I'm guessing since you have the Man Cave aficionado in your bio, if you could reach out to Mike.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll hit you up later this evening.
Awesome. Good stuff there. Thank you very much. And speaking of good stuff here on the Buccateers podcast as we tune you up, or wind you up, rather, I should say. Wind up Wednesday for the Bucs Thursday Night Football Battle on Amazon Prime tomorrow night. Locally, you'll get it local, but if you're out of market, it'll be on Amazon Prime, 8:15 p.m. Eastern. Herb Street on the call, with L. Michaels on the call as well. So there we go. JPP jersey number revealed. Zach, I know you're a jersey guy like myself. Does it bother you that he'll be wearing number 91, or are you kind of like, whatever, he's only here for a month or so anyway, it's not really
I don't know. It will be odd seeing him in something other than 90, but I get why Logan hauled it and just handed over, considering this is probably his last season with the Bucs. He's played in that number since he's gotten here. I guess I can understand it, but on the other hand, it is probably your last season with the Bucs. What difference does it matter what number you're wearing? Yeah, I guess it's all right. Could be worse. At least he's not doing something where he's like wearing 47 or some ridiculousness like that. So at least 91's a defensive lineman linebacker number. So it could be worse, I guess.
And maybe his mentality is 90 plus 1. I'm one better now than I used to be, right? So there you go. I'm 91. J-Lo thoughts, JPP number 91.
Honestly, I just want to see a spark. I just hope if this is what the route we're going to go, hopefully just seeing him out there, hyping these young guys up, getting up to the quarterback, third down situation, something. I don't care what number he wears. I just want him to bring some pass rush, man. That's what kills me.
Well, didn't answer the question, but appreciate you very much there and your honesty. Upcoming Buccateers schedule, going to be honest with you. We got a double-deck program on hand tomorrow. We'll have Toe in the Line releasing around lunchtime here, and then we will also have another show, J-Lo's debut, the Bowl Blitz, where J-Lo and I will bring you everything Bucs game day, pre-game wise we can, and then we'll be bringing you college football bowl game talk, coaching carousel, and a whole bunch more. Ain't that right, J-Lo?
Oh, yeah, very exciting. Can't wait to, go over the bowl games and some of the college world of sports, when it comes to the bowl games. It's going to be a lot of fun.
And then Zack and I just had Man Cave Monday. That's out on all available platforms now as well, Apple, Spotify, Google, YouTube, and more. And then we will be back with our Saturday Showdown Weekend of Football kickoff show. Fun day there. Army-Navy Day, bowl games kickoff. Important Sunday with Panthers Saints. Phillip Rivers back in the NFL, as crazy as that is. The fountain of youth, I call it. It's been like 2,800 combined days since Phillip Rivers and JPP have taken a snap in the NFL. It's pretty wild to see them both back here now in the league. Speaking of back now, we might get McMillan and Evans back. We get a text into the show. Do you think they hit the ground running, Zack? McMillan, Evans, do they have any blips in their game after being out a while, or do you think it's smooth? We saw Godwin come back and kind of stumble out of the gates a little bit.
I think Evans will have an easier time transitioning back just because he's, had a full off season and he already played some games. I think we're going to see more rust from McMillan than we would Evans. So hopefully they do some easier stuff to kind of get him ready to go. Plus that'll benefit Baker. I really think we need to start off with, some easier pass patterns to kind of get him into a rhythm and then kind of build off that to take those shots downfield and not the other way around. So I think it'll be paramount to build that rhythm and that repertoire and let Jalen. That'll help them both, right? It'll get McMillan ready to go, and it'll help Baker out as well. So, but I think Mike will be fine.
Agreed. Got a great crew on Facebook right now joining us live. Gen F, Dave Castle, The Godfather, so many more joining us live on Facebook. We do appreciate it, whether you're watching on YouTube or Facebook. If you're watching on YouTube, hit that like button, subscribe button, turn the notification bell on. You'll never miss a show today. J-Lo, thoughts on the text? You think they'll come back hitting the ground running, or you think it might take a little bit of time to squeak the wheel for for Mike and Jalen?
I will say I expect more of Mike getting a little bit more snaps than McMillan. I think McMillan will slowly work his way on certain play packages. I just don't think they're really going to rush these guys to play a lot of snaps, which is fine. I'm fine with it. I think Mike just seeing Mike on the field, it's going to take a lot of edge off Ibuka for him to get open on some good route running.
Yeah, I agree with you there. I mean, it's going to be interesting to see these four mammoths on the field all at once. Is going to be a lot of fun to see how Grizzard uses them at his disposal. Again, I think they play on a limited basis tomorrow. Not overly limited, but I don't think we see the full reps out of Mike or McMillan out there. But it is one of those games where you hope to win, so you'd rather see more of him than less of him if they could go. But however capacity they have to help, or whether it's actually catching balls or serving as decoys and letting Ibuka and Chris run open.
That's much appreciated. There we win or we riot, says Tyler. Whoa, but yeah, I mean, times are getting ugly. It's put up or shut up time for the staff and the players. The run game showing life should help. Exactly. Evans will be on a pitch count. McMillan might get 10 plays. Zach, if you had to pick one tight end to step up, if Otten is out, are you going Payne Durham or Devin Culp to have a bigger game tomorrow?
I want to see what Culp can do, man. He showed some flashes. We kind of talked about this a little bit last show. He showed some flashes last year, and now he's just been kind of relegated to 1 or 2 plays in the game. So I'd rather see him. We've seen what Payne Durham can bring, I guess, but I don't really think it matters. I just don't think Grizzard's offense really features a tight end at all. So unless it's 4th and 5 and you need to get 4 yards, that's the only time Grizzard's offense favors a tight end.
Yeah, and look, it's just been a disaster for our tight end room is all I could really say. J-Lo, thoughts? I agree with Zach completely. I'd like to see what Devin Culp could do. I mean, when we used him in this spot last year, he stepped up and helped the Bucs win a couple games late in the year.
No, I agree with you guys as well. Culp, I think, can be a really unfair matchup for the linebacker if you're going to spread him out. I would like to see what he can do. Trying to get away from the linebacker. Because Payne Durham, we pretty much know he's a blocking tight end for the most part. He'll make little flashy 3-yard catches. That's just the way Durham is at this point. So, yeah, I say Devin Culp.
Zack, creamsicles tomorrow. First time we're wearing the actual creamsicles this season. We've worn the white creamsicles twice, but this is the first time we have worn the orange creamsicles. Thoughts on the excitement regarding those, and not only the jerseys tomorrow, but the stadium's always a little bit cooler, as we know from Bucs Jets week when it's throwback too.
Yeah, the whole throwback aura is a vibe, man. I love it. I'm excited for it. Wish it wasn't Thursday night versus Kirk Cousins, but the uniform combo is elite. I constantly get into this fight with people on Twitter, man, about the creamsicles. We just got beat by a 2-win Saint team in the red and pewter. So does that mean the red and pewter is now a trash uniform and we should never wear them because we lose in them? We lose in every color that we have. We win in every color. So it doesn't have anything to do with the uniform. Again, we went to the NFC Championship game in the creamsicles. There is winning tradition in that uniform. It's just there's also a lot of bad football, but there's also a lot of bad football in the redesign when we first went to Reebok. Before the Super and after the Super Bowl, there was a lot of bad football. It doesn't have anything to do with what you're wearing. So enjoy the creamsicles for their vintage beauty and that aesthetic that it is on the field. And it's just, I think the Falcons are going throwback too. So it's going to be a really visually stunning game.
That was beautifully said. And it's going to look like Halloween out there tomorrow because the Falcons got black, the Bucs got the creamsicles. This game would have been appropriate about a month ago. But hey, we'll take it now. It's going to be very cool. And I hate the people that cope the uniform with the reasons. Huge Purple says, yep, he agrees. Tyler saying we generally suck during primetime games. Has nothing to do with the uniforms being of the cream. J-Lo, thoughts on the creamsicles? You were at the Jets game too. Very exciting. Raymond James Stadium. When it's the old sombrero look like the throwback, not only the music, but the field, the stadium, even the signage. Look at the social medias. They're all orange creamed out right now as well.
No, absolutely. Even last year when I was at the Creamsicle game against Atlanta last year, the vibe was really cool, seeing everybody in orange and all that, the whole environment. To me, I agree with Zach. Fans need to stop blaming the Creamsicle uniforms. We just have very fortunate losses when we wear them. But I feel like Bucs are making changes because they won in the those 2 games, and I think they can do it again. So I'm looking forward to seeing it on TV. Definitely not going to the game this time. I'm going to watch it on my TV and enjoy the throwback for Atlanta too, against us. So that'll be fun to watch.
Zach, as we wrap up here, J-Lo and I got a couple minutes longer, but we'll let you get your final word in and exit. I'll end you on this question, brother. Kirk Cousins, deja vu or revenge tour Thursday Night Football against the Falcons?
Man, I want to say revenge tour, but until, like the legend Ric Flair says, to be the man, you got to beat the man, and we haven't. So until we do, I'm going to have to say deja vu. Man, I did a lot of rhyming and didn't even attempt it. So,
hey, it's a year that time of year with the Grinch, Dr. Seuss, and all that good stuff, brother. So we'll have to write you a check maybe for your novelties there. But man of many talents, Jersey collecting rhymes, the great Bucs by 30. Zach, thanks for joining. Have a great rest of the night, and I love the Ric Flair reference, brother.
Thanks, fellas. Have a good evening.
You too. The great Bucs by 30 is out of the building. We'll have him back hopefully Saturday, if not next week, here on the program. J-Lo, thoughts on that? Do you think it'll be deja vu for a Kirk Cousins game, or do the Bucs get a little bit of a revenge tour in there?
Oh, man. That's a really tough question, man. I'm kind of leaning toward deja vu just because the way this defense has been playing this year. Even though Kirk Cousins has been playing not so great football to where I think he's checked out. So to me, I'm leaning more toward deja vu, man. I just watching this defense, Tones, it's hard to really get behind this defense, have any confidence that they can even stop a damn cold. So to me, deja vu, I would just watching what he did us last year, those two games, I just think it's going to be a rough one where we're going to have to really outduel them on offense to win this game.
Yeah, now we get breaking news, J-Lo. Ex-Michigan coach was detained by police this evening and turned into the police for whatever reason. So we'll see what that means. But just kind of crazy situation revolving Michigan college football today. And it's kind of just getting going here, I guess, on Sharon Moore, and is now he's getting detained by the police, J-Lo.
That's just wild. I mean, he's been having a bad year all year. He got suspended, 2 or 3 games for recruiting violation or something like that. And now he's in trouble with the law now. He must have did something really bad. I mean, for him to get fired late like that, because at first, when you saw he got fired, wait a minute, why did Michigan wait this late to fire him? But now he must have did something really bad, and it's going to be really tragic whenever the news pops out.
Maybe it's, I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, it's definitely something bad for him to get detained by the police. He must have did something really bad for him to get fired and then get picked up by the police. That's just not good. It's going to be really tragic when the truth comes out. It's going to come out sooner or later on what he really did to get detained like that.
And these college coaches, you never know. They're always a little shady. Not all of them, J-Lo, but a lot of them have shady antics behind him that you don't know about. And now he'll be hanging out with Mel Tucker, it seems.
Yeah, that's just a weird situation. That's why some of these college coaches, you really got to do a lot of digging into them. I mean, he was pretty much handed the job at Michigan when Jim left. You know what I mean? Like, Michigan didn't really do an interview search. He got handed the job. So I guess you really don't know somebody unless you really do your research.
Weird stuff, sad stuff. And, yeah. Now Michigan fans really can bring up too much backlash in Penn State because you got your coach out here running around doing that. But just sad to see. I hope all parties involved, including him, are, all okay or whatever might happen. The great Cuzzo, Christian Ruiz, are Ibuka or Evans? Thinking Evans, given the snap count you mentioned. I don't know if that would work for or against him, but J-Lo, I'm going to go ahead and give I'll let you answer first.
I'll say Ibuka. I think Mike being out on the field, they're going to end up having to double him or Chris. They're going to have to – the defense is going to have to rotate. It's going to cause a lot of headache. I just think when Mike's first game back, I think Ibuka's still going to get more balls thrown to him. And his route running is so elite, man. He's just got to catch the effing ball, man. That's his downfall, and I think he'll get better. So I go with Ibuka.
I'd go with the Book as well. I think Evans, if he's more of a decoy tomorrow, he could open up some of the routes for Ibuka out there, help him open up like we've seen the first handful of games of the season. I'd roll with Ibuka. Yep, inappropriate behavior towards the staff, or just sad stuff, but we'll see the reasoning behind his detainment and see what the hell is going on with Coach Sharon Moore. So we'll see what happens. And interesting stuff here on the Buccateers and in the world of college football. J-Lo, are you excited for the Bucs documentary to drop on Amazon Prime tomorrow, celebrating 50 years of Bucs ball? I think it's 10 episodes.
Oh, yeah, man. It's going to be awesome. Bringing all these legendary OG Buc players from the past. I'm definitely looking forward to it. It's like, waking up on Christmas, opening your gifts. That's the way I feel tomorrow when Prime Video releases some of the Bucs documentary.
Yeah, cuz what's weird now though is, he's like getting detained by police apparently to go with the investigation, but we don't know what the hell's going on. Maybe him, Pete Carroll, Mel Tucker, a couple of other guys just hanging out and keeping it cool. And I mean, just wow. Hey, maybe learn from the great Slick Will. You never know. But hey, what the hell do we know, man? Hopefully, all parties involved end up okay. But J-Lo, I'm looking forward to the Amazon documentary. If we win, I'll celebrate and watch an episode. If we lose, I'm gonna stiff arm it and keep it out a while. Then I can't have anything with Bucs ball if they lose back to back to the Saints and Falcons.
I mean, this is like do or die time. I mean, I understand, for most part that, anybody can win on a given game, any given Sunday. But when you get pretty much bitch slapped at home by the Saints, where the fans want to agree to disagree, and you can't, take that and turn it around and go play against Atlanta on a short week, then I don't know where the leadership is anymore, you know what I mean? Or the coaching's at. If you can't beat two really bad football teams at home. And honestly, it don't matter who's starting. There was no excuse why we lost that game Sunday, but you know what? It happened. Move on past it. Now you need to go and rejuvenate yourself. Go out there, kick some ass, and stop letting, these outside media, they just pick on y'all. Especially the veterans, like, Levante Davis fed up. And Vita Vea, I mean, you got to make the damn tackles. You got to make the tackles. You get paid a lot of money. You need to go out there, make the plays. If not, then what the hell are we doing here? I mean, we were so hyped up during the season with all the leadership we have, and now we're looking like we're scared. And that's not cool, man. As a Bucs fan, it's not cool. And they got to step it up tomorrow night. That's pretty much my finisher on trying to, to motivate the fans, trying to motivate this team, And Jason Light, I mean, it sucks, man. I mean, it backfires when it comes to the certain players we brought in. Injuries suck. But, man, you're going to have to really kick some ass in the offseason when the season's over.
Yeah, and, the very short list just coming out, but funny. It says Kalen DeBoer, Jed Fish, and Brian Kelly names to watch at Michigan, so we'll see. But, man, the season, we just got to win tomorrow. Any means necessary,
yes.
Damn it. Just got to get out there and win. And real quick, J-Lo, in terms of not who you think will make the biggest impact, but your excitement level, Wirfs, Evans, Godwin, JPP, rank them 1 to 4 on how excited you are. Number 1 being the most, number 4 being the least.
I'll start from number 1. I say Mike Evans. Just seeing number 13 back on the field just creates a lot of excitement in the offense. And I'm pretty sure Baker's really excited to have him back out there. So I say Mike 1. Number 2, I'll say Tristan Wirfs, because even though that rookie left tackle held his own, he did a pretty good job for the most part. But Tristan, he's our all-pro tackle, and we need him more than ever now when it comes to protecting Baker on blind side. And then 3, I'm going to go with JPP. Hopefully him being in the locker room, working with Chris Braswell, Nelly as a true team leader. Hopefully he'll create some spark in that pass rush tomorrow to get after the quarterback. And then, of course, McMillan. I really put him at 4 right now because I want him, slowly. I don't want him going too fast, coming back from a neck injury. I'm excited to see him back, but at the same time, I put him at 4 for now because I feel like he's not going to get a lot of snaps at first. Kind of like how Godwin didn't get a lot of snaps against the Rams. That's why I see it on McMillan. But I do see JPP seeing the third downs on the field rotating instead of Braswell. I think Braswell needs to sit and learn the game. That's just my opinion.
You think he's a potential cap casualty next year?
Braswell?
Yeah.
I think they'll stick with Braswell, but Jason Lyon, knowing him, he's going to go out there and either go draft or pick up another competition to push Braswell. Because if you look at it, we drafted an edge rusher this past year's draft, but he got towards ACL, unfortunately, so that didn't work out. So to me, I feel like Braswell will fight for a roster spot. He could be a cap casualty, but I think they'll end up testing him in training camp and all that next year. And we could talk more about that in the offseason for sure.
You know what's crazy? Saturday starts our 12 days of Bucsmas here on the Buccateers as well. Giveaways galore. Can't believe we're already nearing 12 days of Bucsmas, but that's coming starting Saturday. But if I had to get mine quick, I'm going to go with Wirfs number 1 just because when he's in the game, it makes such a big difference. Number 2, I'm going to go with the great Mike Evans. 3, JPP, 4, McMillan in terms of excitement on my behalf. J-Lo, final word for the program here on the Buccateers is we'll have the Bowl Blitz live tomorrow for a game day pregame show and some college football talk, brother.
Oh, it's going to be a lot of fun, man. Can't wait to go to the bowl games, the coaching carousel. It's going to be a lot of fun talking about. Final word, man. Coach Bowles, I'm calling you out once again. Get these boys ready to go on defense. I don't care what you got to do. Put their foot in their ass. Do what you got to do to get them to go out there and perform in front of the crowd. That's all I can really say. Tyke Smith obviously probably won't play, which hurts. Hopefully, maybe by some miracle he does, but it's going to be really fun. It's going to be a lot of difficulty, but I'm not giving up on this team. I was pissed off on Sunday like every other Bucs fan was. But tomorrow night is a whole nother game. And now we got Mike and McMillan back in the fold, which I think is going to help the offense get the ball moving, feed Bucky the ball. Having Tristan Wirfs huge. And also Devin Colt, man, go out there and ball out, dog. Go out there, create separation, get open, and catch the damn ball, for Christ's sake, when you're open. Any of those receivers, catch the effing ball.
Catch the ball, Baker, throw the damn ball better. The whole team play better. Tackle. I don't care if your name's Levante, Vita Vea, or who the hell you are. You better be making tackles out there because, J-Lo, we can't afford another letdown. The Saints, maybe they could beat the Panthers, but we just have to assume they won't. So we got to assume this is a must-win with their backs up against the wall. We'll probably be to you guys about 6 o'clock Eastern tomorrow, I would say, if that works for you, J-Lo.
Yep, 6 o'clock sounds perfect.
All right.
I do want to say one more thing, Tones. And Zion, wrap your fucking player up. Enough with these bullshit fucking hits. You need to.
Dude, I'm tired of it, man. Every week we have like a play where not only one guy misses, but 3 guys do.
Not like enough with the big boom, okay? Enough. Like, go back to fundamentals, wrap your guy, and take his ass down. That's how you make a tackle. I'm tired of the booming. That's another thing I want to throw out there before we get off, because that's been bothering me too. Zion, bro, you're in the doghouse, bro. You need to fucking make your tackles, dude, or else I don't know why we're paying you. I'm sorry. That's just my last word. I want to put it in there before we end it. My bad, Tones.
No, you're good. I love it, man. I love it. Like, it's for real. We can't. This boom hit stuff is just getting terrible. I mean, don't do that stupid stuff. Like, just go for the big turnover or the tackle. Don't try and go for a big hit and then let the guy fucking bounce off of you. Just fucking pathetic.
I'd rather see him punch the fucking ball out.
That's what I'm saying. Go for the turnover, the peanut punch, you know? It's like,
I mean, seriously, like, it's just getting old, dude. It's getting really old seeing these booms, and then they get an extra 4 or 5 yards. I'm like, God damn, just make the fucking tackle.
And it's not one guy, it's not 2 guys, it's 3 guys on some plays, and it's a whole defense. They need to look in the mirror and hell themselves. accountable. J-Lo, me and you might have to suit up. And Brewer was released today as well. We'll see if he makes it back. So hopefully Elijah Simmons might be active tomorrow, which we've been banging the drum for here on the Buccateers. But that's been the great J-Lo, the great Bucs by 30, Zack Johnson and Tampa Tones here on the Buccateers. We'll be back tomorrow. 2 episodes tomorrow. Lunchtime towing the line. 6 o'clock Eastern, the Bowl Blitz, bringing you guys about 40, 50 minutes of pregame with J-Lo and myself, some college talk and more. But that's J-Lo. Zack was in the house as well. Tampa Tones here, and the rest of the Buccateers that couldn't make it. Saturday starts our 12 days of Bucsmas. You don't want to miss it. Fire the damn cannons. Have a great night, J-Lo.
Take care, Tones. Go Bucs.
Thanks to all the listeners as well. We appreciate you guys greatly. Bro, we'll put it like that.
Nice.
What's it like? I was actually there in attendance in Cleveland for Coe's first career NFL touchdown, which was awesome. And,
Awesome.
it was a great game. You could hear me on camera. I was just screaming, "Say it ain't so, Coe! Say it ain't so!" Sadly, from there, the game kind of went off the rails a little. That was the last high moment of that game, but it was a great game. Overtime loss, fun time.
Yeah.
But how was that moment for you? Seeing the first, whether it was on TV, in person, wherever you were, seeing his first NFL touchdown. How was that?
Well, dude, I mean, we were at home because it was a away game. We don't travel to a lot of the away games because we can get into that later. But to watch that and to think I wished I was there live, so to have your video was so cool, and just this is so cool. I mean, that was so cool for us. Catching it from Tom Brady, right? Like he's got the ball yet. First NFL touchdown means a lot, right? I mean, as a dad, that's so cool to see. And it was fun to watch. And, it didn't have the outcome we wanted, but still the same. What a memory! What a memory to have, right? So,
and honestly,
cool.
those. One of the best guests ever, the Buccateers in the house. You guys hear him on Tampa radio all the time. He's one of the best in the business. My favorite personal in the business. That's why I'm elated tonight. Growing up in the Chicago area, you're used to sports radio. That's what gets me through the day. So this man does help get me through the day, I will say, with the Pat and Aaron show at work. Nothing like it. So it's incredible. It looks like we got Stunna bumbling in. I'm Tampa Tones. We are joined by lead goon tonight, host of the Pat and Aaron show of WDAE, Pat Donovan. And it sounds like Stunna is bumbling a little bit. Going to put him on mute for a second until that gets a little clear. But we're joined by Pat
It looks like
Donovan.
Stunna's hanging out with Cheech and Chong in a car with the windows up or something over there.
It does look like he got a little.
No, my camera's broke.
And he was trying to pull me in big time. And then I was like, dang, nothing's happened with Indianapolis yet. Like, I really want to give Indy a chance. And then also I talked to Cody Gruden, once he took over Rich McCann, still like, well, look, I was like, y'all just give me the opportunity to explore free agency, see what's going on, and then can I make it do it?
All right, everyone, you are tuned into the Buccateers at wide receiver, Kalen Geiger, and we are about to have a great pod. This is the Buccateers. You're tapped in, and here we go.